Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pass Club. What a weekend in sports. What a weekend in sports. We got a stacked lineup for you today. We're going to recap college football, all the big games, all the big moments, talk a little bit of Ryder Cup. Then we'll jump into the upcoming MLB playoffs, recap NFL from this past weekend, get into our sport court where we fictionally sue somebody from the sports world this past week, then to our good boys of the week bets, underdogs. And then we're going to look ahead to next week's college football slate and wrap everything up with the Blurby Derby. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Pass Club. 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 Club. The Pass Club. The Pass Club.
Well, fuck. Fucking fuck. You know, I went and took an Advil, and I took this Advil from the fucking migraine that watching Kirby smart coach against Alabama is. And it made me think of something. Y'all remember the little pill-shaped things when we were kids, and you put it in water, and then a big old dinosaur would come out?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the little foam dinosaur? Yeah. It made me want to ingest probably about 20 of those and just see what happens. Like, just have like 50 little foam dinosaurs in my stomach. Like, what do y'all think would happen?
That had to happen to somebody, right? Somebody just had to, like, face it.
You would eventually see the Hat Man.
Probably.
Except the Hat Man to you would probably be
the Hat Man to me is just any fucking Alabama team.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty much if there's any script A on the opposite sideline, that's your Hat Man.
Yeah. Well, no, we love the Braves. So,
hey,
what dinosaur would you guys want to swallow?
Whoa.
T-Rex, 100%.
I like Stegosauruses here.
Oh, I was going to say Stegosaurus.
Pterodactyl would be kind of cool.
Pterodactyl's pretty cool. Yeah.
Would you be able to fly if you swallowed a pterodactyl?
Like a real one or the foam one?
Like a foam one. Like, do you think the powers of the foam pterodactyl would just like?
No, you'd probably just get poisoned.
I might swallow one and jump off a building just to, see.
Just to feel something, huh?
Just to feel something.
It's important to feel, and I've had a lot of feels the past few days regarding college football, NFL. I actually put on this Broncos jersey yesterday thinking the Broncos played, and yeah, they actually are Monday Night Football, so that's a little embarrassing. So what was not embarrassing was what performance went down on the field in Athens, Georgia. And I got to say, I'm proud of certain position groups from Alabama. Overall, I think we were an A- or a B+. And Georgia fans, they probably won't like me saying that, but we didn't play our best game either. Our running game compared to Georgia's, wow. If you only watched the run plays from that game, you would have said Georgia won by 20 points. But that was not the case. Mike Bobo doesn't know how to throw the ball down the field. And I will say, I'm kind of jumping all over the place with this game. There was a lot of emotions. If anything, I am more impressed with Gunnar Stockton after this game than I was before. He played great, and he should have had more great plays that were taken away by his receivers and his play callers. So,
yeah, and I mean, the thing with me is everybody points out Mike Bobo. They go, Mike Bobo this, Mike Bobo that. But what nobody ever fails to really, nobody ever talks about the true root of this issue, and that is Kirby Smart hiring his friends. I mean, Mike Bobo was in Kirby Smart's wedding, I'm pretty sure, and he refuses to let his friends go after multitudes of proven ineptitude and just showing they're not able to do their jobs, right? So everybody can blame Mike Bobo, and is Mike Bobo the best play caller? No, but Mike Bobo still called a very good game against Tennessee. Mike Bobo has proven he can do it, and some of the blame has to fall on Kirby with 2 weeks of preparation. He had to sign off on a game plan, and if that's the game plan he signed off on, then Lord help him. I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot to consider. But for me, I think this game was won in the trenches for sure, by no questions asked about that. I think Alabama's O-line played probably their best game since before the last time we played Georgia. The last time we played Georgia in Atlanta, that was the last time I saw our O-line play that good of a game, and they did it again this weekend, and it surely helps. Simpson
Catching a
looked
pass
good.
too.
no.
Yeah.
That was so electric.
Dude, the Proctor,
big boy.
I love it. I loved it.
Can you imagine just being a normal sized human and seeing that guy just run at you full speed? I don't know what I would do.
I
tuck my tail and run.
I mean, obviously I've watched that clip about 700 times since the game, but I really disliked how Kirk Herbstreit called it live. He's like, that poor safety. Just watch him. I was like, dude, he is a D1 athlete. Like, he probably expects himself to make that play. I mean, but anyone trying to stop a 6'7" offensive lineman, it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, and then going back to your point too, Elkins, you said the game was won in the trenches. The game was also lost in the trenches. I mean, a lot of Georgia fans are calling out Kirby for the 4th down play call, saying it was a bad play call. If you go back and watch the replay, it was a touchdown. Like, it was a touchdown. And a lot of Juwan Gaston, well, if Dylan being a fellow offensive lineman will kind of understand this. So it was a weak outside zone call. The hurry up to the offensive line had Bama out of position. So Juwan Gaston, the Georgia right tackle, is getting a lot of flack for this play. They're saying, if he would have just crashed it, because the edge kind of made an inside move. And everybody's saying if Gaston would have just closed off the edge, we would have had a first down, which Georgia would have. But that wasn't Gaston's job. That job fell to, I believe it was Dontrell Glover, our right guard, and he just didn't execute the play. He took his step to the left because he had somebody shaded on him whenever he should have, kind of made an outside move there.
Outside zone.
It was a weak outside zone.
Yeah, if it crosses tackle's face, usually then it goes to the guard. Well, it depends.
Yeah.
I also would have to see the stunt and see what they did.
But I mean, he stunted inside, right.
It was that penetration from LT. Yeah, it was a little screwed up. I applaud Kirby for going for it. He is mindful of the fact that leading up to this game, they were 5 for 5 on 4th down. Yeah. So you shouldn't go away from your MO on offense. If it's working, you need to keep rolling with it. But again, it's just one of those things where you do have a second half shutout.
Yeah. But like I said, if you look at the play, Dylan, look it up after this. But if you truly look at the play, it was a touchdown. If one guy did his job, it was a touchdown.
It was a one-on.
Then it wasn't a touchdown.
It was a one-on. It was a one-on-one opportunity.
Yeah.
It was a shoestring tackle by the D lineman, which made the play. But if he didn't even touch him, it still would have been a one-on-one with the corner, which I would have probably said Georgia gets the first down at least.
Oh, easily. But
I don't know how well Cash Jones runs the ball, but
also in a lot of there's a lot that really went into that 4th down play. The play beforehand, and I told Dylan before this episode I was not going to make any excuses. I don't. You can classify this as an excuse maybe, but Gunnar Stockton got that first down. And the fact that Kirby went tempo there, it didn't give the booth a chance to buzz down. If you watch that, Gunnar Stockton got that first down. I don't know if Elkins, I don't know what you think about that.
I have no idea what you're talking about, that first down, so it probably wasn't a first down.
The one right before the 4th down, whenever Gunnar Stockton.
That one.
Yeah, the one right before the missed 4th down. If you go back and watch it, it genuinely, he's over the line. There is a shot from Sanford Stadium that is right down the 20 that basically shows the line to get. It was a first down. But then again, that goes back to Kirby being a Tylenol baby and deciding to hurry up to the line on 4th and 1 with the game basically on the line and quick snap instead of giving the replay booth a chance to buzz down. I don't know. Like I said, I agree with the call to go for it, but at the end of the day, didn't work out for him.
I will say outsider point, and I did say last week that I did think Alabama was going to win the game. Just a gut feeling. If you're going to lose, as Georgia, if you're going to lose this game, this is the best possible way to lose this game. It's the best possible way to lose this game. I really don't think it knocks hardly any points off Georgia for anything. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys still are in a very good spot and will continue to be in a good spot. And keep your chin up because you should probably have 2 SEC losses right now. So you're in a good spot.
Well, I mean, the thing that I kind of, and again, this kind of sounds like a cop-out, but I don't want it to sound like a cop-out. I mean, Bama needed that game really more than anybody. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and like, I don't want that to sound like, anything, but it is a true statement. I mean, Bama had to have that game.
Yeah, I mean, virtually, the implied odds with the -2.5 really was weird to me because, Sanford Stadium, each of these stadiums are unique in how much points they get, but I feel like Athens is probably in the top 5 as far as getting points, and to only be -2 was a big red flag for Georgia if you're a sports bettor, but definitely a position where Alabama could not afford to take an L on the road. But yeah, you really got to applaud the effort of the play calling Alabama had and the lack thereof for Georgia. I think that was a big thing in this game, but I don't have much more to touch on it. Nobody won a championship on Saturday, so I'm not too thrilled about certain areas of where we played, but I'm sure Georgia wants to get better. Bama wants to get better. I don't doubt for a second Bama and Georgia could be playing again this year.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll say one last thing, kind of speaking for Georgia fans. My hat is off to the Georgia defense in the second half. I mean, they went in, they made the adjustments they needed to make, and they pitched a shutout in the second half. I mean, incredible second half performance from the defense. Offensively, just couldn't get it together. And then the last thing I want to say is Kirby Smart sounded like an absolute baby back bitch in his post-game press conference. I mean, there's no other way around it.
For those that don't know, Mal, what did he say?
So they go in there. Basically, first question is, what do you make of your record versus Alabama? And this, okay. So Kirby goes in there, and his answer to this question was, well, what is everybody else's record? And that showed me a lot about Kirby Smart. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I love Kirby. Kirby's a great coach. But when you built your entire program on we don't care what everybody else is doing, and we're going to be Georgia and we're going to play Georgia football, and then you go in and answer a question like that after that loss and just pile on with, well, what's everybody else's record? And you built your entire program on we don't give a shit what anybody else is doing. That is very, very weak to me. I mean, that is a very, very weak comment from Kirby Smart. And quite frankly, that's probably the first time I've ever heard Kirby Smart talk in a post-game press conference and been disappointed in what he has said.
That's his whole mantra, really, is, and it was very contradicting. The last thing I have to say, it's kind of funny, but I referenced playing college football, logging some hours on that game. You miss kicks, and sometimes you miss them bad, and you press the button at the wrong time. That's what that second half field goal attempt looked like. Wow. I couldn't help but think like the kicking meter, and you just like miss it as bad as you can, and that's what it would have looked like. It was crazy.
Yeah. It turns red and it wobbles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other closing points? I mean, this is y'all's Super Bowl thus far. All right. I do want to put some good vibes out there into the world. I am a little concerned. Has anyone heard from or seen Squirrel White since the Virginia field rush? He's a former Vol. I care about Squirrel White. Squirrel White he has a place in my heart, mostly because of his name. But yeah, he got trampled. That was the first thing I noticed when I was watching that game live. I was like, dude, that guy is probably not all right now.
Well, I didn't know it was Squirrel initially when it happened. Like,
I couldn't tell who it was. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. They said Squirrel White, and I was like, "Holy hell!" I was like, first and foremost, I forgot he was even at Florida State. Yeah. Secondly, I was like, somebody go get this man. He is needing a damn CPR, and he's one of those. What's those little This is clear. He needs what are those
Yeah,
things
one of
called
those.
again? Yeah, he needs one of them. Like, damn, they trampled him.
Did you know that he was probably getting? Yeah, he was probably just getting kicked and.
Oh, had to have been.
Wow. Yeah. That also. How do you not have a barrier between? That was like some high school.
That was so Bush League. I'm actually pretty like disgusted by the actions of Virginia on Friday night. Like, I get it. You suck. You don't win a lot of games. And when you do have a good team and you beat a team that you haven't beaten, but maybe 4 times in your whole history,
Yeah.
go storm the field. That's cool. But to do it like that, oh my gosh, dude. I don't like the Vols, and he doesn't even play for the Vols anymore. Squirrel White. I'm thinking of you, man. I hope you're okay and nobody actually did anything to you, but it didn't look good.
We have to institute a rule, and I was thinking about this after this happened. You have to let the opposing team clear off the field first. Nothing good has ever come from keeping, but when both teams are on the field. I know it's the moment, and you would be there for the moment, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible.
It truly, like, you either have to ban field storming, or you just have to let it happen, because there's absolutely no way to stop that many kids and that many people from getting on the field for a minute to 2 minutes. Like, it's physically
I just think
impossible.
of bad things that have happened. Alabama player punching that woman in the face.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, it is banned. It is banned.
Yeah.
They fine you a lot of money when you do it, and
Virginia ain't got that kind of money to blow either.
I think about this too. Duke losing maybe 2 years ago. Kyle Filipowski, for all the Duke fans out there, I know you know this guy. I forget who they lost to, but he got drilled by a fan on a court rush in basketball. And man, I'm just saying, if that was my team, dude, I'm going to find that fan and we're gonna go talk about it at least.
Take him out back, rough him up, give him a little why-I-yada.
Arkansas has this thing they implemented with a timer. I think that's stupid, but it's better than
Arkansas. What is it?
I saw this thing. They were like, if we win the game, we're going to put up a 3-minute timer, and when it's over, you can rush the field. We have to let the opponent clear off.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I understand. It's not as in the moment. It's not as fun, but like, these kids are like just doing crazy stuff to people when they're rushing the field. They're doing crazy things. Have you seen some of this stuff they're doing to these people?
Bird in Castellanos' face. I disagree with Dave. I disagree with Dave Portnoy on probably like 60% of the things he said or says in general. But what he said about it being on site with these athletes and these kids that rush the field and they do something blatant like a middle finger in the face. And he said, you can just straight up fight this person and kick their ass if you want to.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I think if Castellanos knocked this dude's teeth out with a right hook, there should be no repercussions.
No consequences.
None. Well, unless you're that Alabama player and you punch that woman in the face.
That was.
Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about that. She wasn't even running in his direction. She was running to the left of him, and he just straight up decks this lady in the face. This poor girl.
I want to say though, I'm not defending this Alabama player. I'm defending Alabama players. I do not defend Jermaine Burton. I do defend Alabama players though. Jermaine Burton is a Georgia player.
I hate that guy.
That came to play football at Alabama.
No, we don't claim that No, we don't claim him whatsoever.
He's a Georgia football player that came to play football at Alabama.
We do not claim Jermaine Burton.
Now he's out of the NFL because he's a thug. So.
Oh, Jermaine Burton's the biggest.
So that was
Mama
the specific.
Told me if I don't have nothing.
And that field storming, but wow, gosh, can't do those things. He didn't really get disciplined, so that's on Bama.
Whit Weeks has to dump his girlfriend, right? Has to dump Lane Kiffin's daughter. There's like no way back from this. Like, you just got to dump her. You just got to say, "I'll see you later." You just got to tell her, "See you later." Kick rocks.
So is the Ole Miss LSU game now the Landry Kiffin Bowl, or is it still the Magnolia, whatever they call it?
It probably is the Landry Kiffin Bowl.
Probably. I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, apparently this relationship has been going on since like the spring, from what they said. First and foremost, there was way too big of a deal made about this on like national TV. We got grown men talking about.
Well, it was Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin.
Well, yeah,
made it a big deal, which is strange. Let's be honest here. That's strange. This is your daughter's boyfriend. I get he's playing for the opposing team. I get it. It's fun, but like, you're also like kind of putting your daughter out there, and that's a weird spot for me. That's where I'm like, I get the memes, I get having fun, but I'm like, it just makes me cringe a little bit. It makes me cringe.
Was she a sleeper agent though? I mean, was she out getting information on LSU?
We could tell her what a cover 6 is or a shell, and she would have no clue what that means. I
don't know. That is the daughter of Lane Kiffin you're talking about. That is the daughter of Lane Kiffin. I guarantee you she knows ball better than all of us combined, probably. Whoa. I would be willing to put money on that.
I think she probably knows some offensive schemes.
Yeah.
As Lane is an offensive-minded coach, but as far as like attacking cover 2, I don't think she could tell you what play you want to run at a cover 2.
She could have been wearing a wire. You never know. I mean,
I think that would have been deduced at some point. That's all I'll say.
Nothing is off the table, and there was a lot of good games this weekend. Ole Miss LSU obviously was so much fun. I was heavily involved in this A&M Auburn game, not on a financial standpoint, but just as a raw Alabama fan. You know, it's always a good day when Auburn loses, and it's a better day when Auburn loses and Alabama wins.
That's going to be me next week, watching the Vandy game.
Good boy of the week.
Brother, just let me tell you, nothing to worry about there.
But yeah, among those good games, does anyone want to explain to Mal what happened in the Penn State-Oregon game?
Yeah, I didn't watch a single snap of that game.
That was the most one-sided overtime game I've ever seen, if that makes any sense. It felt like Penn State was just never in it, honestly. It was weird.
I mean,
they
got
James
dominated. Franklin versus a top 10 team. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, and Dan Lanning even said the environment, too, is not, it gets built up. Penn State gets built up. And I think it has the potential to be, but even Dan Lanning was like, yeah, they were supposed to be worth like 7 points. Tonight they were nothing, is what he said in the post-game presser. I was like, whoo. Is rough. Dan Lanning on cocaine? That's the real question. Is he on cocaine?
Potentially.
I would also say him and maybe the Bears coach. He might be on cocaine too. Did you guys see that? He looks insane.
And Dak Prescott.
Maybe.
Y'all remember the first game of the season when Dak was like gumming his teeth? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was that this year or was that last year?
Yeah, that was this year. That was like the first game of the year. Dak was up there like,
just
dude looked like he was on crack.
Let's get some drug test papers out to Oregon when we can. It certainly looks like he partakes in some pregame traditions, and the players need to be investigated as well. If the coach is doing it, well, maybe that's why they have been so successful this season so far.
I will say, isn't heroin like legal in Oregon or something?
They have almost all of the drugs, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, if it's legal, then
they have
more power to them, I guess.
Dan Lanning's
Yeah, it's part of the reason he took the job. I'm pretty sure.
He brings a 2x2 piece of grass they pulled out of somewhere in Oregon. He just stands on it and just starts rubbing it in his. Hey, it's not legal. I'm on Oregon ground
territory.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got the quarterback on the Aaron Rodgers treatment, taking some ayahuasca. And hey, if Aaron Rodgers is still doing that regularly, good for him. He's getting some good results. I believe they're first in that division, but rest in peace to Sam Pittman, though.
There
was so much. I want to just backtrack just a little bit. You don't get to wake up on Saturday mornings in the fall and get to have weekends like you had this weekend. If you were on the wrong side of a result, I'm sorry, but wow, when you woke up on Saturday morning, you knew it was going to be a good day, at least for part of it.
I cracked my first beer at like 10 a.m.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, it was. Well,
I
for
had to
anybody.
mute the group chat. Oh,
Ooh,
I mean,
I drank strictly Tropicalia.
this was typical village drunkard yelling at a brick wall for 9 hours before the game. Like, just into the ether. He's not talking to anybody. Elkins is not replying. I'm not replying. He's just firing off text messages consistently all day. Look, Elkins was like, what did you say? Is there a game tonight or something? What'd you say?
Yeah.
Like at some point? Yeah. Like
Yeah,
it was you
I
just
think,
were just ripping text into the ether.
Yeah, I think following the game Saturday night, I just had to keep asking, was there a game today?
Well, okay, first and foremost, I tried to FaceTime Elkins, right? Because they were playing March Madness at the bar, and I was wanting Elkins to hear March Madness because I know it's one of his favorite songs, and he kept declining me.
Well,
I wasn't even going to talk about the game, and he's kept declining me. So I got a little bone to pick with Elkins.
So you wanted to let me get this right. You wanted to FaceTime him just so he could hear March Madness being played.
No, I was going to talk to him. I was going to talk to him about the game. I was going to talk to him about the game.
It's a little tough, as I was also in a bar setting and I was listening to one of my favorite songs. And if they played March Madness, I would have really been happy. But Dixieland Delight after a win,
Oh, hey, nothing better.
Song about Tennessee or something.
Song about Tennessee.
Song about Tennessee. Song about Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee, what a nail biter. I have never been clinched for a longer period of time than that game.
That game put you down for the night. Correct me if I'm wrong. You had to just hit the hay, right?
I just had to hit the hay after that one, brother. It was. I expected it to be a game. Deep down, I think I might have not showed that externally. Man, that Mississippi State team can run the ball, boys. They got some speed at the tailback position I have not seen in a minute. Like, they can really, really run the ball. Blake Shapen was fine. He kind of got just abused the whole game, honestly. But my biggest gripe, and this is for Joey, this is in support of Joey, we got to get these cats catching these balls, because I think out of his 5 interceptions, 4 of them have been, they hit the person in the hands. I'm not talking high up. I'm talking like, if it's at my face, it's here in my hands, and they just don't catch it, and it gets tipped in the air, and then it gets
Kadarius Toney style.
Yeah, it is literally. I've not seen this many tipped interceptions consistently in a long time. I'm just like, why are these guys not catching the ball? And there was a thread I liked on Twitter where it was all the screenshots of his interceptions. Every single one of them looked like it was a completed pass. And it was like, these are all interceptions. I'm like, then you get to the territory of when people start looking at stats, you see 5 interceptions. In reality, it's like 1, maybe 2. Yeah. And it's just a tough look, but Tennessee pulls it out. I will say this. If Nico was our quarterback, we probably would have lost that game by 20 plus. You had to have the explosiveness to keep up in that game. And, shout out Joey, shout out the D-line, shout out Arion Carter, had a great game. Yeah, Heupel gets it done. I think this is a big win for us, more than people think. Yes, it's Mississippi State, but also they were an undefeated SEC team that we had to go on the road for our first conference game and beat.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you here. When you have a team that's been down for as long as Mississippi State has been, they're bound to go put out a good product on the field. And this year, I think they've got that, and they showed it against Tennessee. They showed it against Arizona State. That's a Heisman finalist quarterback they took down earlier this year. And, I think everyone who's playing Mississippi State this year should have them circled.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say, did anybody see the video? I think it was like the Mississippi, I don't know if it was teachers, recruiting people, but they were like talking about the cowbell, and they're like, if you want to keep the cowbell, it was the most cringe video I've ever seen in my entire life.
I actually don't think I saw that.
Oh, dude, I'll have to send it to you. It was so cringe.
Yeah, I did.
Big
see
Orange
that.
takeover in full effect, though. That was pretty much a 50-50 crowd for all intents and purposes. It was crazy how much orange. Like, I thought when we went to LSU, I'm not going to talk about Ohio State last year. There was a lot of Tennessee fans there, but we got thumped. So that game didn't happen. when we went to LSU back in 2022, I was like, that's the most Tennessee fans I've ever seen in a away game. This was double that, like easily double that. If you watch the last play in overtime, we dropped the ball in the end zone. It sounds like a home game. Like it legit sounds like a home game. It's wild. But yeah, that's it. Tennessee gets the dub, get a bye week this week. Then we got Bobby Petrino rolling into Knoxville. That's going to be fun. Do we low-key think, let's conspiracy theory here a second. Do we low-key think Bobby Petrino threw, like, calling bad games just so he could take over as interim?
Well, we should ask Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Because I owe them an apology. Last week I said this game won't be very competitive in the favor of Arkansas. So I'm going to say yes, they threw this game because I'm not going to admit I'm wrong.
Can we talk about kicking it or a fake punt when you're up that much? And I don't know whether to call that Bush League or whether to call that like hell yeah, Marcus Freeman. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I don't really know what to think about that. But I mean, it feels like it's Bush League, but at the same time it's like hell yeah. Like
yeah. I'll tell you which Bush League. This envelope rule in the Ryder Cup. That's Bush League, dude. That is such crap. If you don't play, you get points. In what sport in history has that makes zero sense?
Even in normal golf. I wouldn't even say sport. I would just say event. Golf, you withdraw, you're automatically making $0 for the event. Cut players, I think, make more than a withdraw. Actually, I think you don't make money if you get cut.
Yeah, you don't.
No, yeah.
So yeah,
you don't make anything. But yeah, that's wild. The boys, for all intents and purposes, were dead to rights Sunday, and they came out and this is the thing that kind of aggravates me. Individually, we are the better team, but we're not a team. If that makes sense, we're not a team.
The pairings were a little suspect.
That's also that.
Some of the pairings made me scratch my head a little bit, especially putting Bryson with Scotty in a 4-ball scenario. I mean, you've got two of your best players going in 4-ball. I mean, I feel like it guaranteed a point, but
Also, how do you not have JT playing the whole weekend? That blew my mind.
He was hot. He had it going, and I don't know if it's one of those things where you figure it out Thursday morning or if it's whatever they do. But yeah, some of these guys you felt like had it going, and Cameron Young was one of these guys who this was really his coming out party. Other guys, I feel like Scotty was a little flat at times.
Yeah.
He's probably ready for the off season, and then he's gonna look to complete a career Grand Slam next season. But it was a fun event. I'm not upset or offended by anything the Europeans did on our soil. But
Rory had the most badass moment of the week.
I love it. I'm here for it. I loved his comment even more about how he doesn't think that really has a place. That kind of behavior, it doesn't have a place in the event, and I agree. I think it crossed the line a little bit, but he fed into it a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
what else do you do? Sit there and take it? Yeah, you got to just give it back to him at some point.
Look at him go fuck you, and then stick it to 4 or 5 feet.
Stick it to 5 feet. That's so baller. Dude, that's so baller.
It's the most badass thing that happened all week.
No, and then the throw in the beer at his wife too.
Well, I don't think he actually threw it. I think it kind of got knocked and then hit her.
How hard was that knock? Would somebody knock it with a baseball bat? That thing went flying. There's no way somebody just knocked it and it just goes flying 6 feet. That's crazy. It just usually goes to the ground. But
I mean, I want to know what they thought was going to happen. You get a bunch of drunk New Yorkers together at a golf event.
Long Island too.
Island. Like what the hell else did you think was going to happen? Quite frankly. But I knew we were cooked the second I saw the Scotty Scheffler.
What is that? What are we doing? Why can't we get cool chants like the Europeans? They got it figured out, man.
They have attended one too many Premier League games, and not even Premier League. It is from League 8 of soccer where that's some 17-year-olds going out for a team and making $200 a week to try and score goals, all the way up to your $50 million soccer players out in England. Yes, I said soccer.
Football.
But yeah, they've got the best chance out there.
How do they all know them? That's my question. Maybe I don't know enough
Tradition.
about this.
I mean, the same way you know.
But it's like a Tommy Fleetwood chant. Like, how do they know a Tommy Fleetwood chant? And
They all
in
follow
unison.
the same cadence, kind of. So, Elkins, you might be able to. You're a little bit more of a soccer lore guy, but
we can
you might
see
be
that
able to-
Chelsea FC up here. That is the best team in the world at this current time. Per Donald Trump, he handed them the Club World Cup trophy. So that's why I stated that. But yes, there's not really a method or anything behind the chants, I feel like. I think one person starts it, and then 6 people hear him say it, and they all start saying it, and then 6 people behind each of those 6 people starts hearing them say it, and then they all just hear what they're saying, and they start to put it together, and then it starts rolling. And the guy that's been in there in the middle saying it, you know, all of a sudden he said it 50 times, and then the guy that's way over there in the corner heard it for the first time, and now he's saying it, and all of a sudden you've got a beautiful chant.
That's far more impressive than just walking in there, handing everybody a slip of paper, and it's like, these are the chants. Just doing it like that off the cuff is, if that's how it is, that's super impressive.
I don't know if that's how they did it at the Ryder Cup, but I think that's how they do it for most of these matches out in England.
Yeah. And I mean, I do know too. I mean, a lot of them are kind of like on a same cadence. There's a lot of like they have like certain chants that they can switch the words up to, and it's a little finicky, but yeah. But yeah, the fans, the American fans, if we don't have cool chants, all we've got is absolutely shitting on Rory McIlroy and hoping that he loses his mind.
Calling Shane Lowry a Teletubby. Dude, there's
Like-
some people are crazy, bro. People are crazy.
I'm all for chirping, but in the backswings and when they're up there trying to putt, I mean, that's when it's like, come on, guys, you got to respect the game of golf a little bit more than that.
You got to just put yourself in their shoes, because I mean, if I'm hitting that shot and I'm like, all right, like this 4-iron's about to go through your head.
Yeah, I'm gonna just slice this one right into your face. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, fans are in pain though. Mets fans,
Little Mets.
the Lowell Mets.
Lowell
Frank was right. Frank the Tank was right, folks.
Frank is
Everybody
right.
wants to sit here and you know, hate on the man, but when they had the best record in the league, he called it flat out. This team has no heart. And people are like, what are you talking about? It's the Frank the Tank prophecy right there. It came true.
And then if you want to add insult to injury, the Marlins getting together for a team photo on the field, they didn't make the playoffs. They took a team photo acting like, I guess just because they ended the Marlins season or the Mets season. And then right on top of that, you got Pete Alonso in the locker room saying he's going to free agency. I mean, God, can you get any worse
That's
than the Mets?
brutal.
Oh,
That's so
Lord,
brutal.
when it rains, it pours. And it is
And he was so
raining in
quick
New
to
York.
answer. Yeah, he was so quick to answer in that video. They're like, so you're opting your contract? He goes, oh, yeah. I'm like, whoa, okay. Yeah.
I actually
Whoa.
haven't seen it, but
Yeah, you need to watch it. It's
it's hilarious.
I read it, but yeah, wow.
it was like
that's ugly.
no pause to think. He was just like, oh yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, I don't know if they were going to be able to pay him after the hefty sum of money they shoveled out to Juan Soto, but I'm going to defend the Marlins here. I think every MLB team that's ending their season at home with a win should go out and take a team picture and say, hey, we had this group of 25 or 26 to end the season. And we happened to be playing a team that was in the playoff hunt. But guess what? We never take a game off. We want our averages to be high. You know, that's where I'm coming from. But they were definitely doing it out of pettiness.
I was going to say, did you hear the announcers, the Mets announcers, whatever they were doing?
Those guys are some dorks, man. They've had a really cold run the past month, but
Past
that's
40
aside
years.
the fact.
Yeah. All I'm saying is if the Braves are going to get sent to the fucking depths of Cancun, come join us, Mets. Come
I'm
join
just
us in
gonna say,
Cancun.
you know, the prices of tickets and flights to go to Cancun, they went up like about a week ago, the Braves got these Cancun flights booked back in July, so we're chilling. You know,
We're about to win the Cancun World Series too, at the way we finish the season.
Gosh, you know it.
No, wild card.
I'm excited for this ALDS. Yankees, Red Sox.
It's wild card, so it's wild card series.
Oh, wild card. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
and then you have.
I was talking. I've got some mutual friends that have heavy interest in this game, and all the way from, you know, father figures on one side almost that are diehard Red Sox fans to good friends from school that are Yankees fans. And man, I'm trying to help out both parties here, but I'll give you my take on the game. I think the Red Sox are going to win in 3.
Well, the Yankees are about to get exposed to playoff Max Fried, and I don't think it's going to be pretty. A lot of people, what they don't realize about Max Fried is the postseason for a pitcher. If you are a strikeout pitcher, you succeed in the postseason. Max Fried is not a strikeout pitcher. If you look at Max Fried's, Max Fried is a ground ball pitcher. He's pitching to get ground balls, and if you look at his playoff stats with the Braves, it's an inflated ERA, inflated hits. Inflated everything in the postseason. He had one incredible game, and that was Game 6, the World Series, where he went out there, shut down the Astros. But other than that, Max Fried really has not been an elite playoff pitcher.
I tend to agree with you now, Mal. I used to hate this take, as Max Fried is honestly one of my favorite pitchers I've seen step on the bump for the Braves. Simple as that. I like him as a person, not as his pitching ability. But there comes a time where pitching ability is where, you know, the guy's got to get his money. And the Yankees were smart enough to pay him, unlike the Braves. If the Braves paid him, we would be in the postseason and then choking with him. But I like being in the playoffs in the first place. So, or not Rory, where am I going? Max Fried is probably a top 3 regular season pitcher over the past 5 seasons, and nobody can argue with that.
But yeah,
it's going to be fun. As far as who I think is going to win the World Series as a whole, you know, we've got so much stuff to cover with NFL and all sorts of things, but we can digest more of the MLB postseason in a week or so. I just want to say the Brewers are winning the pennant, and I don't know if they're going to get over the hump and win the World Series, as they've never done that before, but I think you'll see them in there.
Well, yeah, I was going to say,
Mal, you had Phils, right?
I'm on the Phillies, man. I put a future in a while ago, and it was all Phillies all the time. I think I got the Phillies at plus 800. But if you look at, and just kind of to go back to the Max Fried here, Max Fried is 2-5 with an ERA of 5.10 in 20 postseason appearances. He's really not a good postseason pitcher. So the Yankees, they know what they have. I just don't want Yankees fans to think that regular season Max Fried is going to show up for them in the postseason, because a lot of the times it doesn't. I mean, it's just a simple, sad fact of the matter. So yeah, I wanted to look that up for us real quick.
With the Braves being out of the playoffs, I will say us 3 here shared a core memory going to the World Series together. I would not have traded that for the world, man. And we had our fun, so it's okay that we're not in the playoffs for the first time in a few years.
A few years, hell, try what, 8?
But I know your cup of tea, Dylan, isn't necessarily baseball, but what do you think? You know, maybe you've seen the Blue Jays are good this year for the first time in a while. Who do you got?
I will be, no joke, beheaded if I do not say I think the Phillies are going to win.
I knew that was coming.
I will be beheaded if I don't say the Phillies are going to win. Lady loves her Phillies. Lady loves her Phillies. So that's who I'll be rooting for. So,
that's probably one of the most fun playoff environments in sports is a home Phillies playoff game. And if we get like a Red Sox Phillies World Series matchup.
That's gonna be crazy.
That is going to be insane. I think this postseason's got a lot of potential to be really fun, but game hasn't even happened yet. They start tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Dodgers and the Phillies kind of got shafted with the format. I still can't believe they're not going to a reseeding method after the wild card games. It just feels dirty almost. I mean, I know the Brewers are nasty this year, but I mean, who would you rather play? Would you rather play the Dodgers or would you rather play the Padres or Cubs?
I don't know. I think any team that's in the playoffs right now, the only team that I don't think is on par with the rest is the Reds, but Brewers, Phillies, Padres, Dodgers, they're all capable of sweeping or getting swept. But that's what makes playoff baseball the most fun. It's about who's hot.
Yep. Other than that, I ain't really got anything else on baseball.
I tell you who's not hot. Titans, and Cam Ward knows it. All time, let me say something here. If your team's gonna be bad, and not just bad, very, very, very bad, I think you want a quarterback like this. I think. Because I've had some bad teams, and we've had quarterbacks that go out there and play it politically correct, quote unquote, to where it's, things just didn't go our way. We fought hard. That crap where they're just media trained answers. Cam Ward just comes out and says, if we're keeping it a buck, we're ass right now. Like, we're ass. And he's like, we haven't played together. We've dropped 4 of our games already. Special team sucks. Offense sucks. I suck. The offensive line sucks. Defense sucks. We're ass.
Nobody's engaged.
I
Nobody
so
wants
respect
it.
that. But also, sorry.
The only thing I was going to say, I'm sorry to cut you off on your little spill here, but he didn't say we are ass. It was like actually illiterate. We ass.
We ass.
Yes, we ass.
That made it way better.
We ass, dog.
I kind of want to know what I was going to say. I kind of want to know what Dylan thinks about the old Brian Callahan press conference.
I don't know how you, number one, with your quarterback, this is what I was going to say, your quarterback speaking like that about the team, and then the follow-up press conference with the coach. How do you not, I just don't understand if you're an owner and you're seeing all this. It's clear your quarterback does not believe in your head coach. The guy who is going to be the face, look, folks, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks come through these doors. Way too many quarterbacks. This is the first guy where I'm like, we have to be all in on him. Like, we have to be all in on Cam Ward. So if things are not going, I mean, the dude's had 2 play callers already through 4 games. And we've got trampled past 2 weeks by division opponents. You have to go on. You have to fire Brian Callahan. The team is done. Toast with him as coach. We won't score for the next decade if he's our coach. So that's all I got to say. I like Cam Ward saying all that, though.
It's okay if you don't have that stat off the top of your head, but I'd like to hear it one more time. The Brian Callahan stat you shared a week ago.
He has the lowest win percentage. I think it was through his first 30 games or whatever it is, however many he's coached in NFL history. Worst win percentage as head coach.
Yeah, that was worth hearing again. That's actually horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was sitting here thanking Mal. I was sitting at work today thanking Mal. I was trying to remember the last time we won a game, and I couldn't remember. I can't remember the last time Titans won a game. That's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint. Like, oh, yeah, I can't remember. I thought even back to last year, I'm like, when did we win a game? I don't remember our last win. That's bad, folks. That's bad. Real bad.
But I was going to say, too, if you want to know what else is bad?
What?
Steelers doing the tush push. Did y'all see Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. You got to commit.
God, I mean, it wasn't even that. He just stood back there. He stood back there and just said, had a little cup of tea, probably popped a little Molly or something like that while he's back there. Doing whatever, doing Aaron Rodgers things.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah. Ayahuasca.
They
whatever
probably,
drug Aaron Rodgers is on nowadays.
It's probably all legalized out in Ireland. It must have been a good trip. I did see the video of him saying he wanted to try Guinness there so bad.
Priorities, brother.
He
Priorities.
is one of us, and I mean, he's 41. He doesn't need to be in the tush push. He's got Darnell Washington, which is practically two people. So, yeah.
He saw that and said, "I am 41. I ain't doing it." That Achilles was screaming, "Do not do this."
Oh wow, yes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Mal, you want to talk about your Jalen Warren incident? I thought this was great.
So I've got
this is a good moment though.
Yeah, so we got we don't do hot seat, cool throne, or anything like that. But I'm putting myself on the hot seat. I was a hungover Jalen Warren owner. All week it said Jalen Warren was most likely going to play in this game. I even got a notification yesterday that said Jalen Warren should be good to go for Sunday's matchup in Dublin. Well, after Georgia lost, I decided, fuck it, let's go get obliterated. I was already obliterated. I just decided to, pile on top of it. So, we go out
Always a good idea.
after the game.
Always a good idea.
Always a good idea, especially after a brutal loss like that. Go out, not even thinking about fantasy, but wake up, game's already going on. And I look at my phone. I woke up and the first thought I had was, "Oh shit, is Jalen Warren playing?" Like when I woke up, that was my immediate thought. Was
when you
shit,
came back to consciousness.
When I came back to
just
consciousness,
laying there and you're like Jalen Warren.
And so I look at my team and I see a 0 points beside Jalen Warren, and I said, "Oh shit!" And then my thoughts were, "How many hungover Jalen Warren owners are there out there?" Like, if this was a normal game, it wouldn't have been an issue. But because Roger Goodell decided to be a freaking, I don't know what the hell you want to call him, and send two teams out to Ireland to play 9:30 a.m.
Who does he think he is? Chris Columbus? Yeah. He's got to stop all this crap.
I mean, dude, like, does he not think about the fantasy owners that are getting absolutely obliterated the night before and are not going to be up at, the ass crack of dawn to check their fantasy team and see if Jalen Warren's playing? No, he didn't think about me.
How inconsiderate.
What an asshole. But yeah, and the funny part is I still probably, it depends on Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton, but I have a chance to win this week, even after putting up 0 points with Jalen Warren. And the worst part is my backup running back, where I had Ashton Genty on the bench, which is just even worse.
That hurts.
So yeah, that's a rough week in fantasy for me.
Despite the loss, I think the Raiders actually looked pretty good against the Bears. But dude, Geno Smith, when we get to Sport Core, that guy's worth suing. I'm just saying now, I'm not suing him, but
somebody out there should.
If one of you two don't know you're suing, you should definitely sue Geno Smith.
Oh, I know, I'm suing.
Pretending to be a good quarterback. And
I know who I'm suing as well.
Well, I wanted to talk to Dylan, being married to one of them. Philly fans. The Eagles are kind of innovative in the football world. They discovered the Tush Push, a nearly unstoppable play, which, by the way, the Tush Push fake this week, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that was incredible.
They really are so innovative. It's kind of crazy. They both, and you think about the way they structure their contracts, the Tush Push. Now they've cracked the code on how to block kicks. Have you noticed how many block kicks have been going on this weekend?
That's what I'm saying.
Am I crazy? There were so many block kicks this weekend.
The Eagles have 4 or 5 in the past 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Not that. Yeah. The Eagles analytics department had to have found something with the block kicks. I mean, that's all I'm going to say, because these bastards are blocking kicks left and right.
Bears got one in a win in Vegas. It's crazy. I do have to backtrack to this innovative Tush Push. But Alabama did run we ran the Tush Push a little bit with Milrow, and then we did a spinoff with a handoff around this outside, and it worked. But we have seen that before. It was in college, and the Eagles should do that. They could probably run 3 or 4 different plays out of that formation and have so much success, because if it's 3rd and 1, they're going to get that 1 yard on just the standard Tush Push. But, maybe if it's 2nd and goal, you could you could do almost anything. I don't know. I think, again, football is one of the most under-evolved games. I feel like if some rugby player came over and just figured it out a little bit, and you see it with the Chiefs, it looks a little Mahomey whenever you see a lateral in the open field.
Here's a guy.
There's just certain things, like the lateral rule, I feel like is so underused. But special teams, they're evolving. These block kicks, we've seen more this year than maybe we've seen in whole seasons.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And I mean, and it really just feels like back to the innovation part. I mean, Philly just, you got the Philly special. They're just at the pinpoint of anything crazy, like play wise. It just feels like Philly is there. And it kind of makes me resent the bastards because I wish my teams were that cool.
Yeah. I feel like Sirianni gets more hate than almost any coach in the league.
Which I don't get.
Well, look at where he's coaching.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know. I have no room to speak on if he's a good or bad coach. I think he is a victim of having really good players on his team that he organizes and they just go out and do it. But, they get wins and they're Super Bowl champs for a reason. So
I have a funny story, a funny Nick Sirianni story. So back when Lacey and I, the wifey and I, were dating, I remember she was watching one of those like camp videos where they it's like inside the Eagles camp or whatever. And it's the year when Sirianni got hired. And I remember just watching this dude. We were just sitting there and I said, y'all are so cooked. I was like, this guy's going to be gone in like a year and a half. I was like, you're not going to win any games. Like, you're cooked. This guy's a dweeb.
Freezing cold take.
One of the coldest takes I've ever had. That guy's a flat out winner, dude. He's a flat out winner. So he's earned my respect multiple times over. But
I want to, I was going to say, I want to talk. I don't have much to say. Falcons are back. Bijan Robinson is a dog, and Kyle Pitts is doing Kyle Pitts things. Kind of good to see him getting involved. He finally got him a touchdown. So everybody clap for Kyle Pitts owners. This might finally be the year Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts. But yeah, Falcons are back. Feels good to get back in a blowout win column after a 30-0 loss to Carolina. Not good, not nicht sehr gut. But now we are doing really, really good. And let's keep the winning train rolling. Michael Penis is a dog.
Certainly. And, the Broncos obviously haven't played since the last time we recorded. We do this on Monday. They got a big one tonight. I'm about 90% sure we're going to win the game and like 40% sure we're going to cover. I think Vegas wants the Bengals to play good. So there might be some weird things going on tonight. Just look out for it. So yeah, not sports betting advice here, but I like our odds to get the dub tonight. That, or we're just going to lose on a last second field goal for the third consecutive week. So
maybe you'll block it.
Maybe you'll block it. Maybe
That's right. That's right.
Can we just do normal overtime? Can we just adapt college overtime rules or sudden death for NFL? The tie thing drives me up the walls.
Well, I was thinking more like big man Oklahoma drills. If you play a full OT period, let's get creative with this. Screw a 2-point conversion like college. Let's get creative. Big man Oklahoma drills.
I like
we should
this,
do that. Yeah.
There's
we
this
should
thing
do the
in,
lip sync contest. See what head coach can lip sync better, and the audience has to vote. TV audience, of course.
I love this
audience.
setting in Madden. It's called Tug of War. And the ball's on the 50, and then each offense plays against the defense. There's 3 plays, and you try and drive the ball as far down one side of the field or not. Whatever side the ball ends on wins. So it's kind of like a penalty shootout. I would also like if kickers just attempted 10 field goals and see how many they could make from 50 yards.
Well, I don't remember. Has any of y'all's dads talked to y'all about the old Georgia high school overtime penetration rules?
You're scaring me a little bit. No.
Okay. When
Elkins, has your dad talked about talked to you about penetration? Has he talked to you about penetration?
No. So
I've not been talked to about penetration, so no.
Not yet.
well, I mean, I feel like everybody's dad's at least talked to him about penetration once, right? I mean, that's a
No, I don't know the rules.
It's an old overtime rule. Okay. Anyways, it's basically normal overtime. You get the ball. You go down. If you score a touchdown, great. Opposing team has to answer. But say you go down, you get to the 48-yard line. Well, if the opposing team gets past the 48-yard line on the other half, they win the game.
So it's kind of like the tug of war, but
Kind of like tug of war, but
I actually like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind that. But yeah, there's got to be something. It's the worst for it to be the most popular, football league, and for it to have the absolute worst overtime. I just don't understand why. I don't understand where along the journey they were like, we should let games be able to tie. This is football. We don't tie games. That's like the stupidest crap ever.
T-ball in the NFL.
I'm not sure who y'all are suing, but I can give my spill on this overtime rule with.
Let's just go ahead and get in the sport court. Let's get in the sport court where we fictionally sue people in the sports world. Let me re-say that again. Fictionally. Go ahead, Elkins.
Yeah, so I'm suing the man in charge of running the National Football League, Roger Goodell. We were talking about him earlier, and I was like, wow, I hope they don't steal my thunder. But yeah, I'm suing him because Sunday Night Football, we got to see America's team participate in one of the most un-American things, and that is a tie. Mm-hmm. And it's as simple as that. We have America's team on Sunday Night Football. We have millions of people that busted their ass Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, they bust their ass. They come home from work Friday, and they're like, my Cowboys got Sunday Night Football. That's all they're thinking about all weekend because they love football and their family, and that's it. That's all they got. And they wake up on Sunday. They're like, we got a big one against the Packers. Packers fans are waking up. We got a big one. Micah Parsons is coming home to Dallas, and he's going to wreck hell. And then we just sit through 4 hours of an amazing game. One of the best games we've seen this year, and it's all taken away by the fact it ended in a tie. Goodell, you got to fix it. There's just so many fixes to it. The MLB might integrate the home run challenge where you get 3 of your power hitters to see how many home runs they can hit on BP. I love that in the All-Star game, for the record.
Yeah.
You can get creative. I mentioned the 10 field goal attempts from 50 yards. I mean, that would be
Cowboys
electric.
would have definitely won then.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. It would be a little unfair. Like, the Cowboys have a huge advantage there, but then a team like the Falcons, who, maybe they.
Oh, you're laughing, Mr. Ass.
Well, I was laughing because last week's sport court I sued the special teams coordinator.
No, I was talking about Dylan.
I can laugh. That's all I can do. So.
I also saw a clip of Vrabel with the field goals, talking about how the Titans just have terrible look at kicking. But yeah, get creative, Goodell. You're getting sued by me fictionally this week.
Any restitution for that? Just come up with more creative overtime. That's it.
Air guitar hit.
I think while we're at it, your restitution is to get rid of the silly kickoff rule too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I hate that crap. That's so stupid.
That.
All right. I know who
I was going to say, kind of going back to that game, that was a big game for the Scorigami sickos.
It was.
That was a big game for the Scorigami sickos.
Not everyone was involved in a tie. The Scorigami fans won.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree with that.
They won Agami.
Won Agami. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm suing this man because he has done a disservice to, I think, the world of college football at this point. I think it's a real disservice. I'm going to sue James Franklin. Look, I think Josh Pate said it best on his show. This was it. This was supposed to be the team. This was going to push him over the edge. It's not working, and it hasn't been working. I think the stats show it hasn't been working, and the fact that I just absolutely just completely kicked to the desk. But the fact that he's still there kind of blows my mind. I think they're merchants of having a hard schedule and also recruiting, I would say, because they are stacked with talent top to bottom, but it's got to be coaching at this point. I mean, you can't win any big games. You won't win any big games if this guy's your head coach. Unfortunately, that's just reality. It's such a disservice because let me tell you something. Penn State fans are great fans. They show out all the time for this team. They spend tons of money. They probably lose their voices for a week. I mean, Happy Valley, that should be one of the toughest places to play. And the fact that it's not, the fact that Dan Lanning is sitting there saying the fans weren't worth anything because Penn State is so bad and because Drew Aller looks like a toddler out there, it's a little crazy. I'm suing James Franklin. His restitution is you just got to step down or you got to overthrow all your coordinators and just start fresh. Because it is a disservice to college football. I want a Penn State team that's actually good, like that can actually beat good teams. Think about how fun that would be to have another team in the Big Ten that's just like, you got to watch out for them. They could catch Ohio State. They could catch Michigan when they were good. That would be so awesome. And we're robbed of that year in and year out. And it hurts my heart as a college football fan. But yeah, that's my sport court.
It just sucks for the parity in the Big Ten too. I mean,
yeah.
Luckily, Oregon and some of these Pac-12 teams coming in have kind of helped that, but it would be nice to see a good Penn State team again. Mm-hmm. But my sport court kind of has to go. We're going to go back to something we talked about a little bit earlier, and that is Lane Kiffin. The over didn't hit. The over did not hit. I'm suing the hell out of Lane Kiffin for false advertising and basically, I might call the 1-800-GAMBLER hotline and try to get Lane Kiffin, arrested or something like that because he put out bad gambling advice, and a head coach is not supposed to put out gambling advice.
And he didn't tag it as.
And he did not tag it as not gambling advice.
Tag it as not gambling advice. I didn't know when he said that.
Yeah. So Lane Kiffin, you were getting sued for giving out bad gambling advice and potentially helping Vegas. You say a lot of people don't think about that. Lane Kiffin's got his hands in a lot of stuff. What if Vegas hit Lane Kiffin up and said, hey, we need you to drive traffic to the over and then get that under? That's all I'm saying. I mean,
this might be the first sport court with actual legal basis.
This
is pretty impressive. Yeah, I think you could low key maybe take this to court. I think it might.
Well, I was just going to say,
might hold up.
I was just going to say, I don't even know what my restitution is for this one. I mean, we might have to wait for a quarter of our peers to judge this one. Might actually take it through the legal process. This might not be fictional, boys.
Yeah.
Might be class action.
Wow. This segment has grown exponentially since we started this. And now we're actually ready for actual legal battles. Look at us. I think we should sue ourselves for Good Boys this past week. Bad.
Agreed. After what was a scorching hot start from all three of us with
we were 5-1 straight up.
Me and Mal started 2-0 outright with, the Mr. 9.5 hat's gonna have to wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I was pleased with the first half effort from Washington in my pick at least. But when you're facing a giant like Ohio State, you're gonna lose unless you play your best ball. So sucks, but we have a new opportunity in front of us. So
new week. Elkins, you're the leader of the clubhouse again. Go ahead.
I'm at a really, really hard spot between three games, really, and one of them I want to take, and I'm going to. I feel like I have to take this, and
go ahead, say it.
Florida.
Ooh, you did not take mine.
I am taking Florida plus 6.5 in the Swamp. And the reason I'm doing that is because it is 6.5. And there are going to be so many people taking a mortgage out to put it on Texas money line. And I don't know, weird things happen in the world of college football. And when a 3-1 team that has not really played a good 4 quarters yet goes to play on the road in another SEC school, I don't care. If you have not played 4 great quarters of football yet, you're on upset alert against anyone.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
Florida has had time to take all sorts of criticism. And I don't know. I think this game could go a lot of different ways. But I just got a feeling. So,
Did you see what Billy said? I think it was today. Did you see what Billy said?
No, I didn't.
I did not see what he said.
He said there's something happening. He said DJ Lagway has a look in his eyes I have not seen out of this kid this week.
Oh, that makes me hate it, though. That makes me hate. Because to me, that feels like he's trying to drive hype.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only basing this off of one thing, and that is the point spread, which it's weird. Everyone's going to be wanting Texas to win by 7 when this game plays. But Florida was on a bye week, and teams that are off of bye weeks have time to prepare. And this Florida defense, I think, is good enough to keep Texas off the board. Enough. At least enough. Miami, they look great. And Florida was in that game in the second half a little bit. I'll let you guys pick, but give me the Gators.
There we
No,
go.
I mean, I love the
Gators
pick.
6.5.
I love the
versus
pick.
Texas.
Like you said, Florida's defense is the sole reason this is a 6.5 game. If Florida's offense can click even halfway more than they have, I think Florida's looking at an outright upset. But for me, I'm going to be going and picking against a Colt this Saturday. There is a team that just played an incredible game at home, an incredible overtime game at home, and just barely lost to a really good Tennessee team. I see the look in y'all's eyes, I know. But we've got a Mississippi State team rolling in to Aggieville, play Texas A&M on a 14.5-point spread.
Can I just say something? Can I say something?
I kind of like it.
You can say it, Dylan.
Hold on. 2 things. Just objectively, this is stating pretty much that they think Texas A&M is 7 points better than Tennessee, which I don't agree with. I don't think Texas A&M is 7 points better. I get it's at Kyle Field, but it's at Kyle Field, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you hear the news today, Mel?
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't hear the news?
Oh,
okay,
no,
this is your pick. You said it.
I did say it. I'm riding with it.
Texas A&M mascot died.
Oh, shit.
You're doomed.
Oh my god.
Revelry died?
Whatever the
like-
collie is, it died.
No.
Now
Dude, you're
I'll further say how like upsetting this is. Like this is a good boys segment that's about dogs and
No, bro, can I change my pick?
No.
Bro,
No.
that's fucked.
You're done.
Revelry died? What?
Oh, Mississippi State's also a dog though.
They are.
They're a bulldog.
Dog on dog crime?
So maybe it cancels out. Like,
Maybe Mississippi State's bulldog, I forget what his name is. Maybe Bully killed Revelry. Maybe we got a little dog on dog crime action here.
Now, as soon as you said, I was like, he has not seen
I
the
have
news
not,
today.
dude.
He has
Damn,
not
that
seen the news
hurts.
today.
That hurts. That hurts so
he has not
bad.
seen the news.
Damn,
Bro.
that's rough.
I saw Big Cat tweet it out, and he was like, it's hammer 14.5, right? Yeah,
Oh,
hammer.
God.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Give me Mississippi State. They got momentum. The Aggies, I don't know. I just don't like the Aggies in the spot. I feel like it could be a look ahead. This is still a really, really, really good Mississippi State team.
Yeah.
Hadn't been able to say that about a Mississippi State team in a long time. Feel like the Aggies could overlook them just a hair here.
All right. So we got Florida 6.5 versus Texas, Mississippi State. plus 14.5 versus
SEC.
A&M.
We staying in the SEC, Dylan?
No, we are not. Not staying in the SEC. This one's interesting to me. Because of a few reasons. Based off how this team played last week and also what's going on with their opponent right now. Virginia Tech is 6.5-point favorites over Wake Forest. I think, I don't know. It's one of those, I saw the number and I was a little surprised. But also let me first say I did totally botch last week, but Kentucky turned the ball over 3 times in the first half. You just blew it. I'm going to take Wake Forest 6.5 versus Virginia Tech. This one's a funky one to me. It's just one of those where I'm like, that should not be the line. But then there's a reason it's that. So I'm gonna take Wake Forest 6.5 here. I kind of think Wake should win this game outright. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can cover 6.5 though. Wake played really good last week, so
I haven't. Can I give an honorable mention, good boy?
You sure can.
Boise State 19.5. I don't know if anybody was looking at that game.
I did see that.
But Boise State 19.5 feels. I know Notre Dame's a really good team, but 19.5 feels a little.
If Notre Dame plays like they did last week, they're gonna.
That's why I stayed off of it. But
yeah,
I still think could be a good spot for the Broncos to cover. Obviously, not to win this game, but to cover.
Yeah. I have sort of an honorable mention, but I think we could also use it as a good segue for our look ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I like Florida State to bounce back pretty good here against Miami. And with it also being our segue for a look ahead, why is that not game day?
I don't know. There's something really weird happening with this Vanderbilt situation, and I kind of don't like it. It's kind of gross. Maybe it's just because I'm a Tennessee fan, but it just feels gross. Like they have played quite literally the best team they've played is a Utah State team.
That's a lot of
before that,
South Carolina.
Well, Lenore Sellers didn't play the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, true.
You take Lenore Sellers away from South Carolina, they're probably right at Utah State or a little less. Their combined record of opponents before Utah State playing that game is 4-12. Yeah.
Yeah. That's rough.
This team, into Pavia and the Heisman talks, it's just rubbing me the wrong way. You can't, I don't know. It's Vanderbilt. We need to pump the brakes. It's Vanderbilt. It's the same thing that got us in trouble with the Notre Dame take, but you got to pump the brakes.
All I'm going to say is,
yeah, I'll let you go, Mal, and then I'll give my boots on the ground take on this game.
All I was going to say is, did you see who's going to be in Diego Pavia's corner come Saturday?
What does that matter? Johnny Manziel's not going to just be like whispering in his ear, telling him, hit the slant route.
All I'm saying is, if Pavia if Pavia pops off for like a big touchdown run or something and doesn't get up and immediately hit the money Manziel, I'm suing him next week.
I want to sue him anyways. You see he has his locker in the middle of the locker room alone?
Yeah. That is, I hate that.
It's not like a row. It's not like a row. It is literally just on its own in the middle of the locker room.
That's everyone a red flag. That's a big red flag.
Who does this guy think he is? Who does this guy think he is?
Yeah.
He thinks he is the savior of Vanderbilt football. He kind of is. He kind of is. But you can't act like that. You just got to keep it humble, keep stepping.
Yeah, I agree with being humble. I think
this is your fault, Elkins. This is all you and Alabama.
Yeah, it's all snowballed. It's time for us to. Ryan Williams said this in the offseason, and I don't know. I think he's a little wrong again, maybe, but he said when Vanderbilt comes to Tuscaloosa, we are going to be taking a sledgehammer to an ant. There is going to be no doubt in anyone's mind that Vanderbilt was ever a good football team. The thing is, it's not an ant. We're at least dealing with like a decent size.
A nuclear cockroach.
Maybe.
A fallout cockroach.
This is a 5-0 team that, yes, they've played poor quality opponents. Not very good. Quad 4 teams. Trash. Agreed. I agree with that. But they are doing it like they're the best team in the country. Like, they're beating these teams like Ohio State would beat these teams. And that's what I'm a little bit sketched out by. Somebody I mean, maybe the experts know what they're talking about, and they said, "Hey, we're making game day go to Tuscaloosa for this one." Hell, I'm happy about it. I bought the tickets 2 weeks ago, and they're about double in price now. So W there.
There you go.
That's aside the fact. I'm a little worried. I saw that point spread come out today, and I think this is a game. I almost took Vandy as my good
What is
boy
it,
this
10.5?
Yep, 10.5 in Tuscaloosa. I almost took Vandy as my good boy when I saw that number. Because I like to shop the lines. Like, don't look at the teams. Look at the records and what the spread is and where the game's being played. I think that's important. So that's why I took Florida for my good boy. But that's aside the fact, again, huge advantage that we're playing in Tuscaloosa. I wouldn't be worried if we were on the road, because I don't think Vandy gets a big advantage in home games. Alabama, on the other hand, does.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be the deciding factor. But if we can stop the run, we'll probably cover that. If we can't, we're probably going to hope our kicker can make some kicks.
I really think you guys will be fine. I think, especially after what happened last year, you guys are going to come out firing.
Yeah, we definitely are not going to overlook them just because of what happened last year. Alabama historically, no matter who the coach has been really good in revenge games. I mean, normally it does matter who the coach is, but I think we still have a little bit of our Bama identity, and I really think our players are going to lock in on this game. It sucks being in the SEC at times, because I was looking at our schedule. And I'm sure Dylan can speak for Tennessee and Mal can speak for Georgia. It is not easy in this league. We got and Missouri's having a great year. I thought that when I looked at the schedule, I said, all right, Vandy, W, Missouri, W, Georgia, question mark. It goes on. None of these games are W's.
No,
there's never any gimmies in the SEC.
It's so deep. The league is so deep now.
Arkansas.
It's wild. It's kind of wild.
Like I said, though, I'll be boots on the ground. I'll try and deliver some content for us. Just be on the lookout.
What time is that game, Hawkins?
2:30. So I'll be in the north end zone. I might wear something that stands out a little bit so I can get spotted on the broadcast.
There you go. How about you wear nothing, huh?
Hey.
Any other big games we want to talk about?
No, I do want to say, I forget off the top of my head, but Kirby Smart cannot cover to save his life. Not gambling advice here, but Kentucky on the plus 20.5 could be a move.
Kentucky played great against Georgia a year ago, and I don't really know how good Kentucky is compared to last year's team. But I like Stoops. I think he always gets his guys up for the Georgia game. He certainly has done good at that in the past few years.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, huge game, Florida State. I think Florida State's going to get an outright win here. Still a great football team. Just kind of ran into a weird situation on Friday night. Friday night game at Virginia, just bad juju for them. So I like Florida State. Other than that, it's really kind of a down week for college football.
I said Florida State was going to be my honorable mention, but forget that. My real honorable mention is Houston hosting Texas Tech. That's going to be a fun in-state game that I think isn't getting a lot of love. 6 o'clock night game kickoff. Houston's coming off of a bad performance.
Still won, but yeah, bad performance.
They did. They had to grit it out, down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. But hey, good teams find ways to win those games that you have almost no chance. So.
I'm gonna give you a take here. I mean, this could be a freezing cold take, but I think this is a big week for underdogs. I think this is a huge week for underdogs. Another game, you're looking at Virginia off a huge win. Going to Louisville. Louisville is a 7.5 point. Oh no, they're favored 7.5. Never mind. I read that line wrong. Never mind. Read that line wrong. I thought Louisville was plus 7.5 in this game. Disregard everything I just said.
Louisville is favored.
Louisville is favored by 7.5 points.
Miller Moss, USC transfer. A lot of people forget he's there at Louisville.
They're 4-0 team. Yeah.
Jeff Brom. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a weekend certainly compared to what this last weekend was and all these matchups. NFL, I feel like it's not doing much for us this weekend. My Broncos are going to Philly, so I think
Best
a
team
little
in the league,
scary
brother.
there.
Yeah. But hey, due for a loss.
That's right.
Maybe,
And
potentially.
I think this podcast tonight would have been a waste of time if we didn't mention the name Jackson Dart.
What a beast. Madison Beer.
Did he swing her?
I don't know.
He just posted her on his. That's brutal.
What a dog.
I was going to say, I also forgot to mention something as well. There's one thing I do want to mention before we close this out. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
It's going to be a vibe, I think. We'll see.
As a Swiftie, I'm pissed.
She's too
One of
big
y'all-
for the Super Bowl now.
Well, she turned it down. I mean, she turned it down. Apparently, they offered it to her, and honestly, our queen deserves to get paid. She deserves to get paid.
She knows Travi's not going to be there, so she ain't going.
Yeah, she wants to. Well, I think she wants to spectate the Travi retirement. Maybe they're. I don't know, man. Where could one of y'all tell me where the Super Bowl's being played this year?
It's in California, SoCal, I think.
I think it's
valid for Bad
49ers,
Bunny.
Levi's Stadium.
Yeah, or
right?
Levi, not SoCal. Yeah.
That's valid for Bad Bunny, I think. If it was if it was in Chicago or something random like
to
that.
be honest, I don't give two shits about the halftime. I think Metallica would have been sick, or like some like
Widespread
dope
panic.
rock band. Yeah, like widespread. But I mean, let's be real here.
Dude, the Wiggles.
The Wiggles.
Yeah, let's get the Wiggles.
Bro,
Have
give
you
me
ever heard of
give me Limp Biscuit.
Twiddle. King
Grateful
Gizzard
Dead.
and the
Grateful
Lizard
Dead
Wizard.
would have been actually, or not Grateful Dead and Co. would have been pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Nobody would have enjoyed that.
But I mean, dude, if
Dude
it's
would
in
have just been
San
sitting
Fran,
there. You would have had a stadium full of me's just being like, what is happening right now?
whoa, dude, the amount of blunts that would have been sparked up at halftime. Holy hell.
They would only have time for like one song.
Yeah. They play what's it? Wait, shit. What's the 15-minute song?
Terrapin Station.
Yeah, they play Terrapin Station.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our set, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think that's
I'd be content.
all right. Let's get into the Blurby Derby, folks, where we virtually race horses, and whoever wins gets 1 minute to say their last piece as the last.
I'm due.
Elkins is due. Let's look at our riders here, boys. Elkins, this might be bad mojo. That's Vandy colors, brother. That is Vandy colors right there on your horseback.
Pink helmet
blue,
too.
red,
I don't
pink,
know.
Pink. I'm pretty much pinked out. Pink, blue, a little bit of blue.
I
I
like
got
my
blonde.
colors.
Look at my hair. I got good hair. Mal, you got
Yeah,
some.
you
You
do.
got look at the stars, Mal. You got
I
stars
love my
rolling.
colors.
Yeah, green, pink, a little bit of red. Yeah, red, white, and blue horse. There you go.
Hey.
America. All right, let's get it started. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Oh, turn the music off.
right, we're rolling.
We're
Sorry.
going. We're
Elkins is
going.
in the lead. We're kind of neck and
that's
neck.
not good for
Everybody's neck and
Elkins.
neck.
That's not good for Elkins.
Elkins
he's
is falling to the
off.
back.
Here
He's falling
comes
to the back.
Bill.
Oh,
Am I
Elkins
going to
make
win it
comeback,
3
though.
times in a row? No,
No,
there's
no
no way.
chance. No chance.
I'm
No,
out of
I'm
the
gonna give
picture.
it to you. Mal, I think you're gonna win.
Here it is.
No,
Here it
no,
is.
here
comes
comes
the
the
charge.
charge. Making a charge.
Here comes the
Oh,
charge.
I'm out in front.
No
Oh,
way.
my God.
No way.
No chance.
way.
3
No
weeks
way.
in a row. Congratulations. This is an ass kicking.
I can't lie, boys. I thought this one was my night here, but
3's a
is it
streak.
number 3, yeah.
Wow.
Well.
I did not really think I was going to win. I didn't prepare anything. Okay. All right. I'm ready
got
whenever you want to.
Got your timer, Poppy.
I got the timer 3.
Oh,
Elkins
both
has
of
got
you guys,
Elkins has got it.
Okay. All right. Go for it. All right. This goes out to all the fans out there of bad teams, because I'm in that boat when it comes to bad teams. My team is, one would say, laughably bad. Laughably bad. Titans are laughably bad. Look, we're the glue, folks. We're the thing that holds these teams together. While might not be a lot of Titans fans, that's okay. I'm still going to watch every week, and I'm still going to be depressed every week. And my Sundays are still going to suck, but guess what? the Titans have Cam Ward. He's going to lead us to the promised land. I mean, when I say promised land, I mean get us in the playoffs, because that's all I can hope for as a Titans fan. But if your team sucks, keep pushing through. Keep being a fan. You're what makes the sport great. Just keep being good people. Live it up. Football sucks if your team sucks, but life never sucks. Remember that, folks. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Cut it short. Elkins, you want the last 2 seconds?
Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Tough people do. All righty, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Pass Club. We sincerely appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Helps us out a lot. And we will see you next week.
The Pass Club. The Pass Club. The Pass Club. The Pass Club.